twist my words like broken glass, cut the truth and sell it fast. Royal experts with a poison smile turn my silence into their headline style. Every show, every lie they spin, cashing checks off the skin I'm in. Even when I don't make a sound, still they put my name around. They say she's everywhere, but don't you see? It's their reflection staring back at me. Every day in their mouths, every night in their feet, feeding the fire on manufactured needs. I could hide, I could pray, I could whisper, not speak, but their circus keeps running week after week. Negative voices cooking in their pan, spaghetti stories they don't understand. Royal expert with a borrowed crown, spreading falsehoods just to tear me down. Oh, they say I'm trouble, they say I scheme, but honey, their stories are a tabloid dream. Smile for the camera, don't say a word. They write their fiction and the world's assured. Ooh, every day in their mouth, la 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 lies they sing out loud. Pretty little papers in a shiny stack, but the truth, oh, the truth don't ever come back. Every day in their mouths, every night in their feeds, they profit from pain and the damage it breeds. I could rise, I could fall, I could stay out of sight, but my story still haunts their headlines at night. So write your fables, wear your crown of doubt. I'm still standing, though I'm every day in their mouths.
People you might want to follow urged someone who had viewed one hate account or message to follow several others. These 83 accounts were responsible for 70% of the negative content targeted on the couple. One account posted 111,031 messages about them. Bot Sentinel reckons there are 264 single-purpose hate accounts solely targeting Harry and Meghan. To the innocent bystander, it looks like the whole world hates Harry and Meghan. No, there we are. But this is not just ordinary, spontaneous, or altruistic hatred. It is deliberate and coordinated. It uses social media recommender systems to amplify hatred. Like all clickbait, it uses hatred to entice people to follow a link to an article on another client webpage where money is to be made, which is how it knowingly monetizes hatred, as shown by the network of YouTube channels that notched up 497 million views and $3.48 million on the back of hateful and inaccurate material about Meghan alone. 3 YouTube channels, Yankee Wally, Murky Meg, and according to Taz, had more than 70 million views and earned $494,730, all on the back of hatred of Meghan. The same goes for UK newspapers that fill their online sites with hateful Meghan material. It is becoming their richest clickbait seam, apart perhaps from the sidebar of shame on Mail Online. It drives viewing and earns advertising income, which is why so many British opinion writers pen so much drivel about the couple. Not because the story matters, it doesn't. Not because the writer genuinely cares about it, they don't. But because it makes money. That is not journalism. It's a perversion of journalism. And yet again, it means that the press see other people's lives as commodities to be traded.
Journalist about how the media inflames this. I was called by the Sun newspaper. If you don't know what the Sun is, it's
got the topless girl on page 3. That's all you need
and
to
they
know.
called me about a month ago to ask if I'd write about how Meghan was like Wallace and how Meghan was going to destroy the royal family and the arguments between Meghan and Kate. And I said, I'm really sorry. I'm just not privy to all of this. I don't think I could do it. And the commissioning editor was really twisting my arm to write this article and say, but you could say, couldn't you, that X happened, and you could say that she's fired all her staff, and you could say that Kate has said this. And I said, well, I'm really sorry, I don't know that, I can't do it. And this conversation went on for about half an hour, and I didn't write the article, but it just gives you an insight into how this whole thing is being, the flames are being fanned by the media.
You've heard the phrase
view.
cottage industry. This is a palace industry. Yes.
A senior member of the Duke of Cambridge's team came forward to give this witness statement, which wasn't required. And sadly, there's just no way he could have done that without the authority of his bosses.
Mail on Sunday
Called out one group of people in this country that has stood up for the couple.
Over 70 members of parliament, female members of parliament, called out the articles and headlines written about Meghan. Yet no one from my family ever said anything over those 3 years. That hurts.
This is the letter written to Meghan by female members of parliament in 2019, taking aim at the outdated colonial undertones of some reporting and saying they share an understanding of the abuse and intimidation. Holly Lynch wrote the letter.
That we've got a responsibility to them. So it's not only about stepping in to try and protect the Duchess of Sussex, but to all those young women who'll be feeling utterly let down by the nature of those headlines and feeling powerless if they were in the same situation.
The executive director of the Society of Editors, a group that defends media freedom, said on Monday that the press here is, quote, not bigoted, and that it was not acceptable for the Duke and Duchess to make such claims without providing any supporting evidence. He's now resigned following a backlash from journalists. Anthony.
Holly Williams in London. Yeah, and this is something we've talked about here. Because, we don't see it in this country, obviously. It's the press over there. But she endured some really vicious attacks.
Well, I also think Meghan has plenty of receipts, meaning that she's been keeping track of things. And all you need to do is look at the headlines. We've been looking at them all year. It's one after the other. I can remember one that said, straight out of Compton, that her mother was from the wrong side of tracks with dreadlocks.
Remember the avocado incident?
Yes.
When Kate has avocado, she's doing it for the baby.
Yes.
When Meghan does, it's ruining the rainforest and global desecration. Well, and saying that she's from gangster royalty.
Yes.
I mean, that's just...
There's definitely a difference in the coverage. So at least you have to acknowledge that. And I think that's part of the problem with them. No one ever acknowledges that this is happening. And now what I like is that there is a microscope on it. Everybody's paying attention to it.
I was
struck. Draw your own conclusion.
I was struck at how politely the question was asked of Prince William this morning.
Is the royal family racist?
Is the royal family a racist family, sir?
Oh, yes. And he said it's very much not racist. Now, when you just play that clip, it sounds strange, but when you hear the question that he was asked, I think he was wanted to emphasize, no, we are not racist.
Yeah, all right.
We have a season 2 and why we have more fun coming. So I think oftentimes the negative voices, are they saying negative things and then secretly going home and making single skillet spaghetti? Possibly. And that's all right. They're trying to pay their bills, and that's for them to sort out if they're comfortable doing it at someone else's detriment. From my standpoint, the intention of the show was to share more of myself, to share tips that I love in my life, and to have fun.
But there's this take.
For 8 years now, Meghan Sussex has endured relentless abuse, not in the shadows, but out in the open. Day after day, headlines, television panels, and so-called experts have torn her apart, twisting words, inventing stories, and weaponizing her very existence. This isn't hidden. It's on display for the world to see. And yet, very little is done. If a woman of such high profile can be berated and abused every single day for nearly a decade, what message does that send to women everywhere? To Black women, women of color, to young girls watching, silently taking notes about whose voices are allowed to be heard and whose humanity can be casually discarded. The silence around it is deafening. Where are the feminist groups who once spoke of solidarity? Where are the colleges of journalism, the media watchdogs, the institutions meant to uphold integrity and truth? Their absence speaks volumes. It normalizes cruelty, excuses hate, and emboldens those who strive on it. What Meghan has faced is not just about her. It is about all women, about accountability, about the dangerous precedent set when the loudest voices of abuse are met with silence.
Every day in their mouth, every night in their feet, feeding the fire on manufactured needs. I could hide, I could pray, I could whisper, not speak, but their circus keeps running week after week. Negative voices cooking in their past. Spaghetti stories they don't understand. Royal expert with a borrowed crown, spreading falsehoods just to tear me down. Do up steps. Oh, they say I'm trouble. They say I scheme. But honey, their stories are a tabloid dream. Smile for the camera, don't say a word. They write their fiction and the world's assured. Every day in their mouths, la 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 lies they sing out loud. Pretty little papers in a shiny stack, but the truth, oh the truth, don't ever come back. Oh, every day in their mouths, every night in their feet, they profit from pain and the damage it brings. I could rise, I could fall, I could stay out of sight, but my story still haunts their headlines at night. Oh, so write your fables, wear your crown of doubt. I'm still standing, though I